don't know if you can read it. I always said if I wasn't in real estate, I'd be a doctor, given my handwriting. So we have a goal on one startup here. On 131, we want to be doing 1,000 deals a month and have 1,000 agents. We should have no problem hitting that goal. I think we can hit it by the end of this year, actually, so we should do better than that. And then there's key projects by the end of the year that we need to make sure we have buttoned up. They're all categorized by what the title is and knowing that we still have work to do in these areas, and I want to get these projects done before we start working on other things. These are process rules for team leaders and how we're changing up how we onboard team leaders. Onboarding an individual agent is different than onboarding a team leader because they have to go through leadership training, which all correlates back over to here, which is part of JMG Core, or what we call the Six Sigma JMG, and that's coaching and training, technology, marketing, products and programs, growth, and structure and support. So these are the 6 core elements of what we provide at JMG, in addition to our referrals, which is the bread and butter of the company. As you go through this, you have training, so every agent understands what they have at their disposal at this company, but they have to go through a digital experience. And so that digital experience goes through each department. The VP of the department will talk about what this is about, what they're about to learn, and how they're going to test out of it. Once they're done with that, they go through graduation, and we want to make sure that they get everything that they need in order to graduate. And if they're a referral agent, what we call the turnover point is after they complete what's called first flight. So first flight is with a mentor. So once you're done with first flight, we're going to turn you over, meaning that corporate, from the second you sign your docs till you go through this training process, till you go through your mentorship program, once that's done, that's the turnover point. For a team leader or a broker owner, they go through Top Gun training, which is leadership training. That would be their turnover point. And for a traditional agent that doesn't get referrals or is not a leader, those traditional agents get turned over after core, so that's at graduation. So it's just like conceptualizing so everyone knows really what's going on here. Everyone knows what needs to be done. It's just making sure it's front and center. I was talking earlier to you, Bobby, about making sure everything's front and center. And so I work off one sheet every day, and that one sheet changes every day based on did it get accomplished, did it not. But as an example, my to-do task list consists of JMG tasks, JMG projects, there's legal, and then I go to bizdev tasks, so it's making sure that all the partnerships that are coming on board are those that we are working on. Yeah, so I'm always working on this and just deleting and adding, and there's things that come up every single day, so these are like more priority tasks. So on this sheet, you have due dates and responsible parties and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, it's just constantly staying organized, because I'll think of something that I think is important, and whether I'm on the road or whatever it is, I've learned to discipline myself to just get out my phone, put it on a spreadsheet, and determine where that fits in, or even if it does fit in. But I hate losing ideas, because I'll think of something, and then I go on to something else, and I can't remember what it was. I used to be really bad at the organizational part of my business. I wouldn't say I'm great at it, but I've gotten a lot better, because what I've learned is I've learned me. And I know me at this point in my life. I do forget things because I'm constantly thinking about stuff. So I just jot it down and I determine where it fits in. Is it worth exploring? You have tasks and you have projects. Tasks are things that are like things that just need to get done. Projects are things that you're working on. That's the way I kind of separate them. That's the way our team separates things too. Because so much of my career was in the field and selling, I was just going. It's just about deal after deal after deal. And that stuff's not too hard. You're just organizing clients at that point. I wasn't building a company. I wouldn't say one's harder than the other. I would just say that they're prioritized differently, because when you're working with clients, it's all about prospecting, getting in front of as many people as you can, and getting people to list a home or buy a home. We're running a company. As you start to build the company and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, it's about oversight in departments. I like being in this room because this room allows me to be with the people. I don't have an office. I don't want an office because I don't want to be by myself. The more open thought that everybody hears about this idea, that idea, and the more dialogue, the more we get on the same page every day about what needs to be done. We just pull people in here constantly, and a lot of people work in here with me, and I love that because we can just talk. Dialogue creates action items. And so the more that happens, the more that we're all on the same page, especially from an executive level, because everything from the company stems really from this room. This room is where all the decisions get made, everything gets dictated, all the messaging gets out to 1,000 people across the country. So it's important. It's important to collaborate, and it's also important to make sure that, just because I think of something doesn't necessarily mean it's a good idea. It doesn't necessarily mean it should get deployed. It's about, is it the right time? Does it make sense? Where's the breakage? What's the breaking point? And so when you have really good people that can help you with those decisions, it really helps. I think just making sure that you're organized in thought is super important. Every morning, looking at your calendar, seeing what you got to do, looking at the task list, and then every night looking at that again. And during the day, new things come up, or you think of something, you just add it to the list, you review it, and you reshuffle every night on that list. So yeah, that's how it works.